Trump sticker, 11-month-old overdose, and Rotten Tomatoes Justice League score. Hi, I'm Rob Anspach from Anspach Media, and welcome to episode 185 of What's Trending. That means 185 daily episodes starting about 6 months ago. Yep, we do this show every single day. If you're just tuning in, what I do is I take some of the trending subjects on Facebook and I give you my spin, my take, my thoughts, my opinion. Well, let's just jump right in because we got some, the first one's kind of controversial and the rest of them gonna get silly, but you be the judge. First one, profane anti-Trump sticker sparks free speech debate in Texas. A Texas sheriff reportedly threatened to bring disorderly conduct charges against a truck driver for displaying a profane anti-Trump sticker on the rear window of the vehicle. Now it says, the F word, and it says Trump. I'm not a big fan of the F word, but I am a big fan of freedom of speech. And, even though some of you that are watching are anti-Trump and some of you are, pro-Trump, I happen to be in the pro freedom of speech corner, and I think all of our rights have they're very powerful to our American society, and a lot of the other cultures are starting to follow suit, which is great. I think there's a time and a place for the F word. I don't think it has a great place as a bumper sticker because kids see it and they can be influenced, but we can't stop them. These people wanting to put stuff like that on their vehicles. Now, what's ironic is that the person whose truck this belongs to actually works in the police department. Yeah. Well, actually, it's her husband's truck. She actually works for the police department. But either way, the sheriff, I think, ended up backing down because it is a freedom of speech. This is a question for you guys. And I know that the millennials, they don't see any problem with using the F word. Okay? It's become, in their vernacular, it's their everyday lexicon word that they choose to use. Okay? But as as a father and as an entrepreneur, I tend not to use that word at all. But, I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think that the F word is acceptable in people giving speeches and talks? Is it acceptable as a bumper sticker? So, you be the judge. I would love your comment. Tell me what you think of the F word. Post it below. Let's just jump right into the next one because this one is sad. Okay? Colorado doctors claim first marijuana overdose death in an 11-month-old baby. In a published case report, doctors claim the infant died from heart damage due to marijuana ingestion. The parents of this baby who died of marijuana overdose should be put in jail. My opinion. I have no problem with you guys smoking marijuana, even if it's for medicinal purposes. But when you give it to an 11-month-old child to ingest, then you're aiding and abetting. You're doing all kinds of wrong things. You're harming a child who's still in the developmental stages. And honestly, you should be put in jail. So, you caused, any parent that does this has caused the death of their own child. Just my opinion. But as a father, I'd be a little upset if I found out that someone was feeding marijuana to my kid. Oh yeah, I'm going to go after him. Well, speaking of going after, I'm kind of looking forward to the new Justice League movie. But then again, Rotten Tomatoes has finally released their score. And apparently there's a controversy. And it says that Justice League's Rotten Tomatoes score was delayed, prompting conspiracy theories about Warner Brothers, who has a relationship with Fandango. Warner Brothers is the studio that produced Justice League. And Fandango, who has a minority stake in the ratings aggregator, which is Rotten Tomatoes. So apparently people are thinking because the score was delayed, Warner Brothers asked them to raise the score up higher. Now, apparently the score really wasn't that high anyway. It was, on the scheme of these new DC movies, Wonder Woman scored a very high score of 92, whereas, 92 out of 100, whereas, I think the Batman movie with Ben Affleck, scored in the low 30s. It was horrible. And the Suicide Squad was in between. Well, they're saying that this new Justice League movie is, probably in the 40s or 50s, which is terrible anyway. So my heart is kind of going both ways, whether I should see the movie or wait until it comes out on Netflix. So I was about ready to say beta, but nobody's had beta in 20-some years. So, well, let's get him down. Other than that, there wasn't many trends that were worthy of being on the show today. So if you like this episode, remember to comment. Comment on things that I talked about. If it, you have an opinion on something, share it below. Would really love to know what you're thinking of the show and of the trends that I talk about. If you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Hey, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about who I am and what I do and how I help my clients build trust with their audience, make sure you visit me at anspachmedia.com. Well, that's it for the show. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, episode 186.